Hello everyone. What you are looking at is hair mites dug in deep next to a hair follicle, and this is what I would like to talk about. This video is about how to keep your hair from falling out and how to prevent your hair from itching. Scientists have known for a long time that we all have various types of mites living on us. The reason we do not notice them is that because they are microscopic. Sure, we know about head lice and such because they are large bugs. However, when they are too small to see, we think nothing about them. The scientists are to blame for often telling us that they are harmless and not to worry about them. That is not exactly true. Mites are mites, and like chiggers that cannot be seen so easily, chiggers cause an awful lot of itching for roughly a week when you do get them. Chiggers are found outdoors on rocky surfaces to grasslands. They feed only on your skin, but can cause a nasty reaction from the swelling they cause. If these tiny bugs can swell your skin, what do you think microscopic mites do to your face and hair roots? I once saw on television some news story regarding facial mites. The scientists went into an office building and picked at random a couple of nicely dressed volunteers. One was a woman and one was a man. He briefly pressed a microscope slide with super glue on it to one of their cheeks. He then took the slides and looked at them under the microscope. He showed the volunteers the mites that were moving under the microscope. The glue allowed the scientists to extract the mites out of the person's facial pores. That's where they hide. When a man shaves, he sometimes cuts off their hind ends. This does not necessarily kill the mites, as they can heal and even regrow a new tail. They poo and die in your pores, which causes acne skin and skin infection. Hair follicle mites are what I want to enlighten you about, because I feel this is the key to hair loss. They not only can be found on your skull, they are all over your body, most prevalently in your upper torso. The reason they exist and are difficult to eradicate is that they tend to burrow into your pores and latch on with 8 sharp claws. Soap and lotions do not affect them because it does not get deep enough into your pores or your tiny pores. Under a microscope, as many as 4 can be seen tucked in between a single hair follicle, munching away at the root until the hair root is killed. There are many reasons why women tend to have better hair, and it has to do with the fact that they wash their hair more often than men do. Women have a different pH, and they also have extra layer of fat, all of which protects them from the mites. When I lived in North Africa, I noticed the women there kept their hair covered while oiled in heavy herbs. That alone would choke out the mites. Women tend to shower with much hotter water than men do, probably because of the extra fat layer protection from hot water as it does for men. A hot air blower on their hair helps kill the mites too. Women also use more lotions and etc. on their hair, which can smother the mites. Men, on the other hand, bathe less often, and when they do, avoid washing their hair. Hair blowers are not necessary when men have short hair. This saves energy and makes showering more efficient for men. In and out. Less is better for men. Women can spend hours working on their hair and body, and that includes the time they spend in the shower, which is always longer than her husband's. I started late discovering the mite issue or problem to save some of my hair. However, I did discover on my own that vitamin E did stop my hair from falling out. It started falling out rapidly when I was in my late 20s. So what I did was to start taking all kinds of vitamins. You name it, I took it. And then my hair stopped falling out. Little by little, I began a process of elimination until I came to vitamin E. When I stopped taking it, my hair started falling out again. From then on, I took roughly 400 IU of vitamin E for years, and I was fine. In my late 60s, my hair started falling out again, probably because I had slacked off taking vitamin E, or I simply required more, something like 1,000 IU. One thing I noticed during the years is that I also discovered from watching medical shows on television is that saw palmetto was good for the hair. So I too was taking that. I do not know if it helps grow hair, but I did notice that my hair in my 70s stayed dark brown, mostly as you can see in the pictures, while my 3 years younger brother's hair in the photo is all white. He recently passed away. Also, my much younger brother, by as much as 15 years separating us, showed massive signs of white hair back in his early 30s, even though he also had good hair. So there you go. Take saw palmetto to keep your hair color. The amount varies on saw palmetto from 120 milligrams to 1,200 milligrams. I do not recall what amount I was taking, because at the time I figured they were all the same amount, milligram size. I take those two every day, vitamin E and saw palmetto. Those two are critical. Now, the B6 I discovered when I was in my early 60s from the TV show The Doctors. One of the women doctors blurted out during a conversation about good hair. Taking it, I noticed almost immediately my nails growing fast. My hair wasn't doing so well, but vitamin B6 did stop it from falling out, what I had anyway. Had I known it years ago, I would still have much of my hair. What I presently have for hair is okay for someone over 70, and it's still dark brown. Aspirin is also good to take because it thins your blood, thereby feeding the tiny blood vessels in your scalp. Take one a day of the regular pills if you can, and always chew it before swallowing so the pill does not burn a sore in your stomach while waiting to dissolve. So that's it. Take vitamin E and B6 and saw palmetto and an aspirin. And what I found really helps is rubbing alcohol roughly once a month on your scalp to kill the mites, and you should be good to go. And yes, I did try using many types of hair loss sprays and creams such as Rogaine for some 20 odd years. I only wish I had saved my receipts for a refund. Rogaine and others were all shit products and a waste of money in my opinion. If any of them work, it is not because they grow hair, but because they kill mites. Trust me, and don't waste any more money. When you complain about their products, you will always be that one person who they claim is that 15% that their product doesn't work for. Meanwhile, they are making millions on their snake oils. If these phony products truly worked, you can bet the movie stars would all have real thick hair because they could buy hair growth products by the gallons and use it every day. Rogaine, by the way, is recommended after hair transplants to kill mites and not to help grow anything. I'm sure of that. Once a hair root is dead, it is dead. And don't ask me why mites don't bother hair on the back and sides of people's heads. You can never truly get rid of mites as we get them from pets and from lying on the same sheets and sofas day after day, or from contact with other people. Scientists avoid telling you about it because most of us would freak out. I hope this information helps. Please give it a thumbs up. Thank you. From the pictures, you can see what mites on skin looks like. Often seen on the homeless, what it looks like on hair, and a picture of me with my brothers at a reunion. Here you can see me not with much hair, but it's dark still. Whereas my younger brother's, one 66 years old, has good thick hair, and it shows white, even though he had recently dyed his hair for the reunion, but it was all white actually. The other brother is 15 years younger, and not shown here, has a lot of white even when he was in his 30s. I have one other brother who passed away. You can see from his photo he was quite handsome when he was young, but when he passed away in his 50s, he was very bald. I was almost there had I not kept trying to discover a solution, which I'm sharing with you now. Stop wasting your money. Thank you. This just in. I was about to complete this video until I discovered, while reading the newspaper this morning, that vitamin K causes your blood to clot, which can prevent blood from getting to your hair. It also can give you a heart attack by blocking blood to your heart, but that's for another video. Also, for you critics about what I had to say, yes, some guys have good hair genes, and there is the fact that children these days eat a lot better than some of us did in the past when little was known about healthy eating. I'm not sure, but I believe drinking alcohol seems to help by thinning the blood, which can aid in feeding the hair follicles. You probably notice a lot of alcoholics have very good hair. Thank you for watching. Pass it on.